Today, I'll be building custom structures for Minecraft mobs out of Lego. From a small shop to a massive airship. Let's begin. So the first mob I'm going to give a custom structure to is the Wandering Trader. Because they need a place to store their 5 emeralds you just gave them for 1 flower. So let's get to building. This structure is going to be in a desert biome, so I built a base in 10. And all of these builds in this video are going to be block accurate, so I'm going to start tiling this base. And the remaining exposed studs are what I'm going to put the base on. Speaking of the base, let's build it right now. I also added some dark gray masonry bricks in the mix to give the walls a little bit more texture. Now this is where I'm going to put the door. I decided to add an acacia door in this mock, and what I did was a snot technique with a bunch of dark orange jumpers and tiles. And it doesn't look the best, but you know, I tried, alright? I tried. Let's take a little break at building the house and add some dead bushes and some cacti around it. Now let's build the front of the Wandering Trader's hut. The shop will be some kind of table for people to trade with him. And on the side of the house, I'm going to add a little pen where the llamas stay. And to finish the whole house, I'm going to add this roof with a custom wool pattern at the front. So what's cool about this house is that it looks like an ordinary villager house, it just has a market stall at the front. The next mob that's gonna get a structure is the cat and an ocelot. And their custom structure is gonna be a massive tree where they could climb in it and play in it. And since the tree is gonna be really tall, I'm gonna use this really cool building technique that was introduced in the modern treehouse, where I put some Technic beams facing up and they kinda act like bones and they keep the tree stable. After that, I quickly tiled the base. After that, I started building the tree trunk, placing 1x4 bricks all around the Technic beams. Whilst I'm building the tree, I'm also going to place some tan slabs for the cats to climb up the top. I'm also going to add some floors at the sides of the tree trunk, just for the cats to rest and kind of play or eat on them. On this blue platform, I added a bucket of milk and a scratching post. And while building this, I realized that I haven't seen you guys in a year. I built a second floor, which is yellow this time, and this one has 3 carpets for the cats to sleep on. And then I finished building the tree trunk. To finish this tree, I obviously have to add leaves, so I added this top on there. At the top of the tree, I decided to add a chest with a bunch of fish inside for the cats to eat. Now let's add some cats. And I finally added this guy. And here is the cat tree done. I really like how the slabs are like spiraling stairs going all the way to the top. That's my favorite feature. My least favorite part of this mock though is the back of the tree. The next mob that's getting a structure is the zombie, and I really want to make some kind of abandoned mine shaft with a massive zombie statue. I already built the big zombie statue, and what I'm building right now is just something to hold it in place. This is the zombie statue's torso. Now let's attach the head and his arms to it. So here is this little guy fully built. He has no legs, but he has a really cool play feature, which will be fully shown later in the video. This is one side of the mock done. Now let's build the second side, which is the mineshaft portion of this mock. Now that the mineshaft is done, I'm going to add a grass surface at the top. Next, I added minifigures to spruce up the build. And lastly, I built this cool bridge to finish the zombie play feature. here is the zombie mineshaft. Now let's check out the cool zombie play feature. And the zombie just throws the bridge down onto the lava. It's not that accurate to the game, but it's still pretty cool. And the last mob who's gonna get a custom structure in this video are going to be the Pillagers. Now I already know Pillagers already have the outpost, but I want to do something cooler. So to build a massive airship, I have to build a base, and this took a lot of trial and error. This is the third foundation I've built, and it's the best looking one so far. So now let's start building the ship. To really show that is the Pillager's territory, I added a Pillager flag at the front of the ship. Then I started tiling what was of the ship so far. Off camera, I added the wood section of the airship and added some filler inside because that also took a lot of trial and error. So this airship has to fly, so I added 2 big balloons at the sides of it. So this is how it looks so far. Pretty cool, right? Now let's add a base for the Pillagers to sleep and plot their next raid. First I planned out where the house is gonna be, then I tiled the rest of the base off. Now it's time to build the first floor. Inside of this first floor will be a bed entirely made out of wool, which you sometimes find in woodland mansions, and a staircase going up to the second floor. Afterwards I added a spruce door and a table next to the wool bed. I then continued building the house. I decided to give this ship fence windows, so I made some little hashtags like this and put them on jumpers. We don't really want the Pillagers to fall off the ship, so I added fences all around it. Pillagers are already really stupid, so you don't even know what's gonna happen. I saved some space in the back here for a villager prison. In there I added stuff like a crafting table, a cauldron with weird liquid inside, and obviously a villager. All I had to do after that was surround everything with medium nougat bars. Next, let's build the second floor. I decided the second floor to be some kind of cartography room, so here is a table with a map on it, as well as a little chair for Pillagers to, I don't know, make maps. Another thing I'm gonna add is a table with a candle on it and 2 other blue beds made out of wool. This second floor is split into 2 parts, one that is modular and could be removed, and this one, which could not be removed and is just there to cover up the villager prison. And as you can see here, I also left a space to add a balcony. Now let's add the entire second floor to the rest of the ship. And lastly, let's add a roof. Which one of these 4 custom structures were your favorite? Feel free to comment it down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time when I vlog myself stealing a crate of emeralds from a villager.